movies have always been an inspiration, or it's had some kind of influence on my personality, you know, and everybody's, I guess. Movies have always been a big part of my life since I was a kid, you know. It's always been one way to kind of fantasise and stuff, and I'm a very lazy person when it comes to reading, so I never read. I'm a very bad reader, so movies, I guess, is more an influence than... I like looking at things for a long time. I don't like reading, but it's too much effort involved. I just like staring at things. TV's good for that. Yeah, but with the Scarface thing, it's funny how sometimes you can look at something and what you get from it is something completely different from, you know, if you tell someone, yeah, we're on a tour bus, we're writing a new album, we've been watching Scarface every day and we have been very mischievous, and this is a new album is influenced by Scarface, that sounds like the worst idea I've ever heard in my life, because so many bands do that, you know. But when I looked at the funny thing was when I looked at the World Is Yours sign, instantly I thought about shyness, and from being a kid right up until now, you know, and sometimes how you overcome that shyness, and if you do, and if you would, how would you overcome it, and how in an ideal world would you like to overcome it, you know, in any kind of triumphant or glorious kind of fashion. That's what I thought when I looked at the neon sign. God knows why I thought about shyness, because Tony Montana is not what you'd consider shy. It's funny that, you know, you can look at certain things but all incite or provoke some other thought in yourself. Maybe that's just part of just, you know, using your imagination, just expressing yourself. It lasted about 3 hours. It was lots of fun. We didn't pay them. We didn't actually ever agree to make the record with them or that, you know. I think there was maybe, in the early days, there was talk of maybe doing something, you know, but yeah, but we went to his house one night, and it was the last night actually, we were in Santa Monica. It was really just, it was quite a, I went to Universal Studios that day, the theme park thing. And I just got really freaked out. It was like Beetlejuice walking around and dancing and sharks jumping out of the water. So I was a bit freaked out, you know, and I went to Rick Rubin's house. And we went there and we just hung out, but we didn't actually make any music with them, you know. Amazing. It's funny because when people have got titles, you know, it's a producer and blah blah blah. People sometimes, you would just maybe expect that person to stay in that kind of zone, and the guy, one of the kind of greatest things about him is he's just really kind-hearted, you know, a really warm-hearted person, and you know, we weren't happy with the house we were in when we first got there, so he would be looking for houses for us and stuff, and really just doing things that maybe wasn't really his job, you know. And I think that just, the band just took a shine to him straight away, because sometimes when you see people just trying their best for you, no matter what it is, you know, I think that's the kind of attitude that you need when you're making an album, because it's so bad. You know, it's so difficult digging deep and your own expectations and blah blah blah. It's a difficult thing, you know. That record that we made is the highest obstacle I've had to jump over in my whole life, I think, you know. And he was a big part of, you know, scaling that and you know, getting to the finish line or whatever. But I guess that we've learned quite a lot from him, and just in personality things. When you're working with someone and they've been around that kind of level, there's a certain level and a certain environment that Flood has been in for quite a long time. He's got a certain mentality then, and that mentality is quite contagious then through us. I guess visually it can be so many different extremes, polar opposites. It can be like so beautiful, exotic, luminous, neon, and it can be so desperate, it can be so dirty, and it can be so sinister, sordid, sleazy, sandy, sunny.